betwixt the raising of the undying emperor and the great planar war that shook the heavens, there was an age of contradiction, where cannons won kingdoms and muskets kept the peace. A brave few won the hearts of the conquered and conquerors alike. Of these we speak of the decline of the great kingdoms and cultures under the heel of empire. Of those we speak of gladiators and the untold thousands that worshipped them. Of this, an age of glory, where kings would be slaves and a gladiator would be king.
Greetings and welcome to Die Drug and Die presents the Dread and Circus campaign, season 4, episode 13. I'm your dim and host Marty, joined by Ahmed and Adam this week. Give me a second, I'll get the chat working, and then I'll make their mics hotter than lava. How's it going, guys?
Hey man,
Hey guys, what's going on?
I've finally given up on my old setup and tore it down, and now I'm in the midst of recreating. And my camera angle looks like crap, but
It's all good.
it's room for improvement.
It's at
You're
So
fine.
the light of God, basically the source behind the light is what's behind Adam.
got it.
It gives him the halo for the
It's just
remainder.
electricity. Electricity's another source. Stupid
I'm in Ontario. It's nuclear.
nuclear.
Nice. It's not hydro.
Things are good.
I'm really close to Pickering, so
Probably not.
probably not.
Good old can-do reactors.
It's can do. They don't call it a can do.
I wonder how many times they've heard that joke. They being the Homer Simpsons that run the place.
At the gym, when I go to the gym, there's a few guys who work those places, specifically like pipe fitters and that sort of thing, because nuclear reactors are basically like plumbing projects, just plumbing, right? The only thing that moves is water. It's plumbing.
Yep.
It's funny because it's like when Mark talks about some of the safety and some of the other things that happen in the other places. Similar things happen here where it's like I just swapped my badge with another guy because my dosage this year was too high. So it's like, woo.
Wow.
Dude, that
You'll
badge
live
is a
long.
surrogate for your balls, man. You know,
Yeah. Try not to get cancer.
don't get cancer. Don't worry, the pizza fights the cancer or whatever it was.
No, it was the diabetes fighting the cancer. The
the
sugar
diabetes
fighting the cigarettes.
Sugar fights cigarettes.
And we're like, Mark that. We don't think it works that way.
Yeah.
Poor Mark. His ears are probably ringing right now, or he's at work, fucking watching.
He said he'll join at
Yeah.
2 o'clock. Well, in 2 hours.
How's everyone doing?
Pretty
We're
good.
doing all right.
Yep.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. I'm leaving in
You're going to
17
Egypt.
hours.
Why would you do that? It's the
17
middle
hours?
of summer. That's
Nice.
nonsense.
Well, you do what you gotta do, because you do what you gotta do. And I'll talk to you about it later, because, hey.
Because I'm being recorded.
Awesome. That's cool. It's like a family trip, though. You're gonna go see family
yeah,
in Egypt.
it's go see family and stuff. We'll try to go to see some resort places, but it's just mostly visiting people.
Awesome.
So
Have the little ones been there yet?
third time. This is the third time going.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
The youngest is his second. I don't know. 3 times for me since they were born. So love you.
That's funny. All right, Adam, you doing okay? Everything where it's supposed to be?
Sort of. I mean, if we're talking in the grand scheme of things, I need to eat food at some point in the near future.
That's fine.
You know, all my bits are where they're supposed to be. I might have broke my toe, but I don't know. It's a little
It'll
swollen.
heal.
It wasn't doing anything manly. It was literally turning around and I kicked a chair. Like it was. And people went, "Wow, that was really loud. Does it hurt?" I'm like, yes, yep. Straight face, but oh yeah.
Yeah, that.
Are you gonna look at it? Not right now. I don't. I'll look at it later. It's gonna hide under the sock. It'll be fine. You know.
Oh, fun.
What is that, green? Color of nature.
Nope. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nothing. Work's been busy on my end. Nothing to report. Can't tell you what I'm working on until it's released, so meh. Yeah, it's busy. Why don't we do a recap of what happened last game? We called 412 Canyon Run. The search for the Tomb of Tular Seft continues. While traveling up the Serpentes River, the party is beset upon by gnoll raiders led by a priest of a strange goddess called the Mother of Monsters. You guys later, after vanquishing your foe, searched around the foothills of the Pale Mountain and managed to find a confluence of many elements. You found basically a boiling spring that is being fed by a waterfall. There are cracks that are visible with extreme heat coming up through them when you investigated, and steam chokes the area. Kind of a mixture of elements all in one. It does look like the pool does feed the Serpentes River, but underground, perhaps. Ugg and Sam bravely went searching, and they found a large plug-like door, like a sealed-up cave entrance right underneath the waterfall about 20 feet to 30 feet down. They weren't able to budge it by just kind of pushing up against it, and I believe the plan is to use magic to try to uncork whatever is there. You had pulled back a little bit amongst some very large boulders and conjured a tiny hut and spent the night there. The creatures that are flanking the tiny hut are the kind of desiccating skeletal manticores that Radimer had raised. In rebuilding them this morning, I realized that skeletons shouldn't be able to fly. They lose their ability to fly. We'll say that Radimer cast he can cast 3 5th level spells per day, so he can cast Overland Flight on his manticores,
Okay.
or perhaps throughout the few days that you spent flying around the hills, the wings have actually are now no longer capable of flight. Yeah.
Tattered, tore away.
Yeah, they tattered, tore away, and they're basically sitting outside of your hut, perhaps convincing any locals or raiders or gnolls in the area to not approach your very angry group. You spent an evening inside of the hut itself. There is an elephant in the room. Did Arlen tell everyone in the group that his god demanded the doomsday clock be handed over to him?
Oh no.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
he demanded it be handed over to him, sure, but he didn't say when.
Got it. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to make sure that.
Piece of information. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Wait, weren't you playing? Oh wait, you weren't there when it was just me and Mark when we visited the Rainbow Lake.
There's certain story points that tend to happen when I'm away from the table, And then some guys times the people at the
It
table they
was
don't tell
funny.
you about the story beats.
No, it was funny. It was like, yeah, this group is going to get the cradle. How should we deal with the cradle? Oh, okay, cool. And then I said, oh, and we're going after the doomsday clock. And I was like, why did I just say that?
Yeah, and his god said, "Oh, oh, well,
I was like,
when you get it, bring it directly to me."
Yeah.
Oh, did he say directly?
I don't think you're. Arlen may think he might have some time to fiddle with it, but the directive was quite clear.
Well, we'll deal with the consequences as they come, but we made a deal with
Hey,
Phineas,
Kenny,
so.
we just started. Yeah, so life is not always convenient.
No.
And when you go up to your deity and talk to him, there may be a much less interpretation of the signs. Interesting. So that night is spent inside the tiny hut. Do you guys set a watch order or not?
Yes.
Okay. I also want to know. Let me just roll the die. What spells do you guys have running throughout the night?
Let's see. So Arlen has what is it called? There's that one. Detect scrying, constantly running.
Okay.
I think it's 24 hours, unless I'm wrong. Let me check.
Radimer does not have the Armor of Bones running at night.
At night is hard.
Okay. Can you divide yourselves into first, second, and third watch, I guess?
Give me a second here.
First, second, third. Are we doing rows?
I think we're doing rows.
First watch are all the casters. Second watch is Sam.
Yeah.
The moat, the crown is constantly watching.
Well, the Crown is an outsider, and the Radiant Skull is a native outsider aberration. Both of them do need to sleep.
Oh, the crown needs to rest?
Yes.
Oh, would you look at that? Well, we'll have him on another watch
They
then.
also need to eat.
The crown?
Yeah.
Not the skull, the crown.
The Skull eats, and the Crown also eats.
Okay.
You haven't thought of it, but they eat, like they fend for themselves. You're not really sure what they eat.
It will be funny when we get trapped someplace for a long time.
I can create food and water.
So the undead manticores are on watch the whole time, and
Yep.
I think we'll do. Or here we'll do that. Bye.
All right. Godiva and Arlen are awake for the first watch. I believe after a day after an Eidolon is dismissed violently, they can come back.
Yeah, I believe so. Give me a second. I believe it comes back with like half hit points or something.
Okay. And you guys have spent several days searching the hills, so at this between that and the canyon ambush, so Prancy Pants is available. We'll just say that Godiva has him.
Prancy Pants will be out for Godiva's watch.
Okay. Let me find a Prancy Pants token. This is such a ridiculous character, by the way, and somehow it's become normal.
What do you mean, sweetheart?
The moat
Come
will
give
be
Godiva some.
So the moat will be with Arlen. The skull will be with.
They primarily eat hopes and dreams. They'll accept joy and happiness when nothing else available. Well, it is a fallen lantern archon, so it could be slowly draining Arlen's hopes. And then he has the weird aberrant light will-o-wisp that was the previous high priest of his religion that was brought back in this current form to serve Arlen.
I don't want to think about it.
Okay, first watch
Elevator to the room.
goes by uneventfully. Godiva spends most of the time kind of preening herself, combing her hair, painting her nails and her toenails, brushing Mr. Prancy Pants, and kind of like getting dressed in a nightgown and little fluffy slippers. And
Arlen, it's so nice to be out camping.
I'm sure he's
Could
looking
you
at
blow
that.
on
I'm
these
sure it
for
is.
me? She's asking to blow her toes. You know. I don't want it to run.
Wait, let's see if Arlen has something interesting here. Purify
Don't
food
be
and
shy, I
water.
don't-
Purify food and water. Acid splash. No. Prestidigitation. Prestidigitation. That will actually. Dry.
yeah, you can create very subtle winds with the prestidigitate.
Prestidigitate.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart.
Yes, I am. Yes. Thank you for noticing. He's like the crown. Tell the others I'm miserable.
Yes. Yes, Arlen. And the crown disappears. It returns with the advice, don't be miserable.
Very useful. Thank you. I'll keep that under advice.
Eventually Godiva you catch her kind of like nodding off a little bit. This watch stuff is very difficult, is what she says.
Yeah, it requires a lot of concentration, yes. I can see how it gets tiring. A lot of hard work.
So she hums and haws a little bit and kind of fusses around in the camp, and eventually it's time to wake the others. Arlen, as you're bedding down yourself, you've got the chair out and the carpet just sort of rolled up just inside the tiny hut. You were just about to go to bed, and I believe there's a chiming in your ear that goes off.
Who cast? Alarm.
Nope, this is a different spell.
Get me the clock now!
Scrying?
You are aware of an attempt to observe.
Do I know who?
Give me a will save.
Sure. Man, Alan, buddy, you can do this. Okay.
And
Is this an enchantment effect?
No, it's divination, and we need to make an opposed caster level check.
28.
23. Oh. Wait, that's your caster level check or your will save?
That's my will save.
Okay, give me a second.
And my... Oh boy. My caster level check? 26.
Shit.
Okay, who's doing it? Who's doing it, you mongrel? You mongrel!
First, the DC is 17, 21, 25. And you rolled a 28?
Yes.
On your will save. Okay.
Yeah, will is 28.
Okay.
Opposed is 26.
You catch a glimpse ever so briefly of a shadowy face looking down at a what looks like a bowl of water or a mirror or something. Like you're kind of looking back up at him, and he looks really frustrated. It is an older man's face, and let me just grab his. Let me grab his token.
Hey, it's going to be the Duke.
Could be. But he doesn't know what we're doing. Why would he be scrying? Doesn't make that he's scrying upon us, but shadowy.
This is the
we
face.
know that
This is
people
the
are
face
looking
that
for
you
us.
see.
What a douche!
Yes, I forgot about you.
Okay, you just ever saw
High
it,
level caster.
you saw it very briefly as he was probably trying to scry on you. And then the magic like goes away. You still have your protection up. Give me a bluff check. Well, actually, he saw nothing. Never mind.
He didn't see anything. Yeah.
Nope. Hey, Lucas.
What is it, Arlen, sweetie? Don't
Living
worry,
s-
you can tell a good time.
Yeah, Arlen kind of went, huh.
What is it, Arlen? Shh. Someone was trying to scry upon us. Who's the man?
Radimer kind of like woke up. It's not his watch.
Someone was trying to scry upon us. It was the one that
Well, I can't
Always
blame them.
kind
I can't blame them, sweetie, for wanting to catch a glimpse of beauty.
No, that's not what I mean. The man, the friend of the Countess's husband, deceased husband, the one who most likely killed him, the one that visited her and threatened her in Vadapol. He's the one that's been scrying on me. Trying to, anyways.
What does he want? Says Ugg.
He's been, from what I understand, he's been trying to find out about the shadowy items. The items that her husband protected.
Well, why don't you scry on him back, and then we can, work him like a puppet.
He's quite powerful from what I can see, and I kind of don't want him.
Sam's elbowing Ugg.
Yeah, I'm up.
Apparently this guy's too powerful. Oh no, it's a wizard.
I would just tie his hands behind his back and break some of his fingers. We know how to handle wizards, and he glances at Radimer. Radimer just shoots him a dirty look.
If we see, well, I mean, teleporting in on him with, well, the two of you, and he looks at the skull, actually, and you. he's a wizard, you see, and he's, anyways, I would actually finish the thing, but I think we're out of teleportation range. There's no way he'd know where we are. This is the first time he started to screw on us.
Whoa, how do you know he's outside teleportation range?
It's very unlikely that he's here. The scrying spell is not ranged as a teleportation as it can be anywhere. But teleportation can only go so far. That's why we've jumped here multiple times.
All right, so are we in any danger?
Right now, no. He didn't see anything. He didn't know where we are. But I saw him.
All right.
Oh, if there is a wizard who is scrying upon us, you know how powerful this wizard is.
Could I get a sense, Marty?
Nope. Your spell showed you.
Well, all I can tell you is he's been adventuring for a really long time. And his companions, which were the husband of the Countess, was also an adventurer, and they acquired quite powerful items.
Arlen, there are spells that allow one to travel without the limited range. Do with that information as you would.
Oh yes, I'm sure he has it, but we don't.
Alright.
So you're saying that he can, he's like looking around, love us, but we can't love him back?
Well, question, Phineas, if we were in the rope trick, would he be able to teleport to the rope trick?
No, but you can dispel a rope trick.
But
If
he'd
you
have
don't
to
mind,
be
I need
here.
my sleep. It's
Oh,
not my
yes, of
watch
course.
yet.
He'd have to be here. Then yeah, I don't want to I don't want to cast. Actually, no, it's fine. It's my first watch. I can cast a rope trick, and we can climb up in it. And he couldn't teleport. Even he was scrying, couldn't teleport into the rope trick.
Sure.
And if he has to dispel the rope trick, he has to be outside. He won't be able to see outside because he's in the rope
If you
trick.
live forever in an extra-dimensional space.
You know what I'm saying? To
Telegank won't work.
sleep.
Yeah.
To sleep. So yeah, Arlen cast a rope trick.
Somebody is going to have to stay outside. I count 9. Is this Radimer?
I'm used to staying outside.
Doesn't the llama count as Godiva?
Yeah, probably.
Uh,
We said familiars don't count, but I don't know about.
The Eidolon doesn't have share spells yet.
Okay, so then no.
But I can send Mr. Fancy Pants back for a bit of a beauty rest in the plains.
How long does it take for you to bring him back?
Oh, just a minute.
All right, then do that, and the rest of us will climb up the rope trick.
Okay.
Can't be dispelled, then we'd be pretty safe in there.
Casting the rope trick inside of the tiny hut or outside?
Inside. Yeah, Radimer, this is not a problem, right?
Radimer thinks for a moment.
So it shouldn't be. Oh, look at it.
It's an opaque sphere of force that has a 20-foot ceiling. Yeah, I don't see any problems with casting a rope trick inside the tiny hut. That's like so pimp.
Like a Brazilian sphere with a rope trick inside.
Right. Okay, so I'll just put a little dot down on the map for the rope trick. Rope.
Yep. And we'll just go inside
And
that.
then I'll draw a like big white square for the empty space where the rope trick is, and give it a little bit of a door. The rope trick door. And you're bringing everyone up,
Yeah.
including the people on watch, or
Yeah, they can watch from the rope trick.
yeah, you can kind of see down into the immediate vicinity, but you can't kind of
Yeah.
see. You can't see out.
Can I position the rope trick so they can do that? Well, not out, but you can. They can climb in and out as they wish.
Sure. All right, so you take a much more defensive position inside your own campsite with cool spells.
I make sure I'm not even close to the hole,
Yeah, feel free to move your token around.
so that even if someone scries up on me, they can't see the ground outside.
Okay. You guys are getting settled in. Guys on second watch, I think, were Ugg and Sam.
And the skulls with them too
I
as
think
well.
Ugg and Sam are gonna go out.
Yeah.
Skulls.
And the floating skull.
He kind of makes himself visible and then disappears again.
Oh, that thing's unnerving, isn't it?
I am.
Yeah, it's spying on us. Arlen's acting funny. Yeah, I know you can hear me.
Do not disparage the High Priest.
Funny can be a good thing.
Ugg's like looking around trying to find where it is. Like it's somewhere over there.
Right here. By his ear. All right.
No, the thing has no fucking no humor. It just warned Ugg and Sam not to disparage Arlen.
We could probably provoke that thing into doing stuff that's not necessarily pretty nice. Just by, we'll use the word blaspheme.
Right? Are you shit talking the weird thing?
Maybe later. Arlen would be mad if we break his skull. So- I don't like the idea of some wizard spying on us.
No. It's kind of cowardly. But then again, there's a lot of cowards out there.
Yeah. Sam sort of like looks to see that both manticores are still sitting there.
Yeah, they're both sitting there. They're kind of, just like old times, huh?
Yeah, just no rotten fish to eat.
Yeah, well.
I kind of miss the rotten fish.
Really?
It's, it was a challenge. It wasn't just easy. You had to, work for it.
This death match doesn't sit well with me. The one that Diva got herself into.
Yeah.
We're just gonna send people to the box. That's why everyone got so upset when I slit Magnus's throat.
Yeah. Well.
Something weird happened to Magnus, though.
Yeah. Well, he got put in saying he was locked in prison or something for a while. He missed half a season.
Do you remember when you died?
Yeah, sort of. A little fuzzy.
What do you remember?
Walking. And, everybody was confused that we were walking. And people were supposed to come and pick you up, but they didn't come.
What, like the Valkyries?
Yeah, they're supposed to, grab you from the line and take you away.
There was a line?
Yeah, people just walking.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it was...
I hate waiting in line.
That's why I had to come back and fight better. I mean, waiting in line forever.
So you didn't see Cord?
No.
Hmm.
I mean, if I saw Cord, I probably wouldn't have come back.
Well, he's got to be out there or somewhere, right?
I just need to win enough for him to notice.
Yeah. Something like that. You see his little arm kind of scratching his chin in contemplation.
So, do bad people deserve to go in the box?
We don't know what it's used for.
The problem with the death match is somebody's going in the box.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be us.
How's he added that?
Yep.
I don't know if Godiva's a killer. Prancy Pants.
The fucking pink thing is. Did you see it tear apart one of those manticores?
Prancy Pants on the other hand.
Okay. Let's see how much of this conversation a certain interloping, spying, prying caster saw. I think he's met Ugg and Sam before. So I need a will save from 1 is Sam, 2 is Ugg.
Sam. Damn it.
Ugg.
Uggs will save.
Your this is about an hour later. Your spell does not let you know that spying is going on because you're in the rope trick and they're down below.
Way to go, guys. Where is...
It's got a +7.
Oh, boy.
21.
Okay.
Not enough.
All right. You are oblivious to the fact that somebody was prying in on your little conversation about death and the box. Prancy Pants.
Jesus Christ. Prancy Pants. That's one of those things where, like, when the intel comes in on the wire, they're like, there's like Prancy Pants. It's like, fuck off, Prancy Pants.
Okay, the rest of the night goes by uneventfully. Arlen, you are in your reverie. You were snapped awake by some, like, nightmare in your reverie. You were... It's fleeting, like many dreams are. Like they're kind of gone almost the second you wake up or that you think about them. Mm-hmm. But you were running in a field of like melting clocks. The drowning noise of gears clicking. And this engulfment, like this massive empty space that almost was a roar like an ocean as the field of melting clocks were kind of falling off of it like a sliding landslide. It's about all you can remember, but you were there. Just a small pinprick of light as something horrible was happening.
Something horrible is happening? Is it so just surrounded? I'm running? Like Arlen is running?
Yeah, you were trying to, like, as the field of clocks, we're talking about clocks that are like football field in size, kind of face up along the ground. You were running along them as they were starting to melt and slide off the side of a cliff. Huge gears and moving hands of clocks, and just there was something bad happening to this clockwork place.
Nightmares as usual.
Okay, everyone is awake and preparing their spells for some tomb raiding.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
Feel free to swap up any of the spells that Phineas and Ratimer have. Godiva, I think, is a spontaneous caster, so there's nothing to do there.
Godiva is a dual spontaneous caster. Alright, let's just see what we want to do with Ratimer.
Yeah, Arlen is the guy I play with here, so...
Both Arlen's crown and the radiant skull of the boiled man are sunning themselves on rocks that morning, kind of near the undead creatures. And you guys start to pile down out of the rope trick for some to break your fast.
Sam, do you have a spell? So I would ask Sam this every night. Do you have a spell that you'd like stored?
The seeing one would be good.
See invisibility?
You've used yours already.
Yeah, when I went into the pool yesterday.
Okay, so
You should have told us yesterday.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ratimer shakes his head and exchanges glances with Phineas about their conversation about Sam pretending to be a caster, and Phineas just goes, I know. You can tell that they're talking about you. But
Only be saying good things.
So what's the plan today? You gonna go down there and pop the cork?
Or are we gonna find Vlavang and get him back for his fight?
How many days do we have?
A couple.
Okay. Well, we are here. Let's see how much. Let's see what's behind that stone, and then communicate with Blauving and get him to move his ass back to the place where I'll do the communication with him now and tell him to move his ass back so that we can pick him up right away.
Why are you so concerned about a mercenaries fight?
Because he will be sold at the end of the season if he does not have his fights. We promised him we would help him with his situation. I do not back out on a promise.
It appears that we're on the precipice of a great discovery, and you're worrying about the legalities of your ludus.
The legalities of my ludus are the only thing that allow us to continue to be free in our movements. If it was up to me, I wouldn't have this at all. In fact, I was going to speak with the Countess and have us, well, not be a ludus the next season.
Good luck with that.
Well, it would give us much more time, not having to run around and fight everywhere.
There's not a lot of fighting during the winter season. We get a whole season off.
Yeah, well, give us a season to convince her then.
Aside from the year-end games.
If I'm no longer a gladiator, do I still get to keep my stuff?
Well, it's a thought. The first thing is we're going to be moving our ludus, but that's a minimum. The best thing I would prefer is for us not to be gladiators at all. But she's the one that owns our contracts. What we're going to do...
Question.
Yes?
If you're not gladiating, who's paying the light tax?
Very good question. Yes, that's something else I'm working on. Thank you for raising it. Next.
Alright, so what are we doing today? We're going down to uncork the thing?
Well, yeah, but first there's a couple ways of doing it. We can go through the cork. One, we could perhaps bring an elemental inside, an earth elemental, and then if we can scry on it, we can just teleport inside. We could also use this loot if anyone can use it properly, and just dig our way through.
Oh, you have a lyre of building?
You have a liar of ha 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 ha.
Yeah. So we have a couple of ways. I do not want to expend many spells on trying to get through. I think the easiest one would be sending an elemental in, finding out some information about what it looks like, then using the lyre to build a tunnel.
100 humans laboring for 3 days per 30 minutes. Perform string instruments to continue the check. So it's 100 humans laboring for 3 days for 30 minutes, and then you do it by the hour.
Yeah.
So weird.
30
Why would you write it this way?
30 minutes of playing, you could easily start tunneling through rock with that.
Right.
With that much manpower? Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like well, we can start looking at what mining does. Like how fast do people mine? Because we want to go down 30 feet and be on the other side of the door without having to worry about the pool. I think the puddle is how I think we want to get in, like tunneling from the side.
That's why we need an earth elemental to tell us exactly if there's water inside, one, and two, what it looks like, so we can.
We could teleport. Shunting into solid objects is not fun.
No, the other idea was using an elemental to get in there, and then scrying on the elemental and teleporting to it. That's the other way of doing it.
Arlen, sweetie, if you need me to play the music for you, I play music for you. It's anything you need, sweetheart.
Oh, you play music to my heart all the time, I see you. But I don't want to make you tired. So,
digging will leave tracks. Everyone will know we went in that way.
That is the main problem with that. So
that pool, if we dug in from inside the pool, it would be hard to see. Yeah, it's hard to see down there.
Where's the but bucket doesn't keep the water.
I'm gonna look at Phineas's spells. 'Cause I have, but not. Yes.
I don't know. Arlen's in charge, so
We're all here to think about this in the best way possible. If anyone has a better solution, I'm open to it.
Let's just take a quick peek at what Phineas has prepared.
Expecting a fight or traveling. So he has from 6 to 0 is Legend Lore, Disintegrate, Trucine. The others are kind of useless. Overland Flight, he still has that.
Radimer's going to cast his Overland Flight and his Armor of Bones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Arlen does his daily. What's it called?
Phineas is probably casting Endure Elements, Overland Flight, Mage Armor, his Cognatogen.
Detects crimes on Arlen.
Okay.
So. Oh, he doesn't have Fabricate. It's a cleric spell.
Yes, it is.
Fabricate's also a wizard spell.
Just higher level.
Fabricate!
He should have Fabricate, but he doesn't. Phineas is a crafter.
We couldn't use an elemental. Godiva, how long would your elemental last?
About 10 minutes, a little bit less. Depends how I'm
we
feeling on
couldn't.
the day.
Then we couldn't use scrying because he would be gone by the time the spell is done. So we need to get someone down there. I do have freedom of movement, so we could get someone through there.
We could ask the elemental how far in, if there's a space and dimension door that exact.
Yes. And if shunting happens, it wouldn't be so bad.
I'm sure your healing powers can put your companions and yourself back together.
Indeed.
Question.
I have prepared a few spells for you, by the way, just in case.
Question?
Yes, go ahead, Sam. You can just start speaking.
If we dimension door in, then if we don't dimension door out, we get out.
Teleport, dimension door. You will be reliant upon wizards if we solve this magically.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes. So, shall we?
Okay, so what am I hearing? You guys are leaving
we're gonna
your
get
tiny hut?
An elemental to check it out, an earth elemental to glide through and tell us where it is exactly. Then we're gonna use some spells to get down there, and
Okay, so Godiva is summoning an earth elemental.
yeah,
We have 3 wizards in the party, and none of them have any useful polymorph spells. It's like the weirdest. Everybody's like got the same spell list. Nobody's like, I'll take elemental body 1 just, to do this.
So
has that.
Godiva, I think, summons a medium elemental.
Yeah.
All right, sweetie. Let me get the elemental out. Come on. Raise your tuchus out of the ground. There you go.
This one's always a bit hard.
This one's a sweetheart.
She goes up to it and has a look at it, looking down at her.
Where do you want me to send it into the earth?
Sam, Ugg, please direct her properly.
It's kind of underneath the waterfall.
Yeah. Like, go around here and then down, and you should see a ring, and it should be like a tunnel or something. Like, 30 feet below the water.
Can Godiva fly?
Good dive,
Well, her llamacorn does.
She does not have a fly.
Okay.
She has ride.
Will someone pick me up, please?
Yeah. You gave Ugg the manticore or the wyvern cloak. 3 times per day combat fly.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ugg grabs the end of the cape and is now flying. He picks up Godiva. Godiva and Ugg are sending the earth elemental out.
Keep on going, sweetheart.
And kind of pushing the elemental along. It's sort of half gliding in the rock.
All right, I want you to go down there and find any sort of empty cave, and you count how many steps you take to get there.
It disappears under the rock. Let's see if this thing is smart.
Not really. It's like a 6, I think.
Okay. Counting is hard for int 4. Give me an int check for the int 4 creature.
Okay. 1d20 minus 1, 2, 3. 10.
Hey! The elemental comes back.
It doesn't come back and say potato, which is good. It's potato steps.
Right. It kind of points at an angle and says something like, how many steps does a medium creature? About 3 feet.
3 body. 5 body.
The one after 10.
Oh, it's so sweet. He can count to 10. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
And how big are your steps there, sweetie? Show me. Give me a big step. That's about 3 feet. All right, sweetie, you can go home now.
She dismisses the elemental.
Was there air in the?
Wait, before you do, was there air or water?
I sent him back already. All right, Augie, fly me back to the others. It's about 30 to 33 feet down at an angle when standing up on the rock where I was, blowing you kisses.
So is there air on the other side? How big is the tunnel?
I'm not sure, sweetie.
Is there air on the is there a gap on the other side, or is it just a big plug?
Give us protection. I can give us protections for that, but messes with us.
I told it to find a space in the rock, and he found it. So what's the plan now? Who's going to dimension door us down there?
Oh fuck. Well, we learned the information we had yesterday. So we using the thing to dig a hole behind the waterfall, or are we gonna you mention something and then like we probably need the bubble one so we can breathe just in case.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Okay. We can dimension door. How many can I dimension door with me?
1 per 3 caster levels.
Okay, so I can take 3. And the skull can go in the bag.
Okay.
Probably want to make some spells happen on us so that we don't,
No, I know. Skull's in the bag, and then I can take 3. And then somebody else can take the other 3.
Radimer looks at Phineas. Phineas looks at Radimer.
Okay, we'll take a look. Let's go with Radimer. Phineas. Dimension door he has prepared. He has dimension door prepared.
They both do.
I have a dimension door prepared. I can teleport after you.
Does he have his combat? If expecting a fight or traveling? Okay.
That's the one. That's the one selected. Should we prepare before we go in? Are we going to expecting just? And then we're gonna go. Is this suicide mission? What's the plan, leader? It's best to prepare ourselves. We don't know how long we'll be down there for. Hopefully not more than a day.
Adjusting Radar's spells a little bit, Marty.
Yeah, that's fine.
Marty, I think he's already prepared. Like each of those is prepared. So.
Yeah, I'm putting stars beside the ones he's cast.
Oh, I see. I see what you did there.
He's got Bone Shatter as an Oracle spell, so he's not going to prep as a wizard anymore.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I really hope there's not golems in there. There's probably going to be elementals.
Oh, there's going to be elementals, that's for sure.
Okay, who are you leaving behind? Radimer and Phineas.
We can all go.
Who is going to Dimension Door?
Phineas can take 4.
Phineas can take 4, okay.
Yeah. So he could take this 4.
And then
I'll take
Ugg will go with okay.
Yeah.
Come with me.
Ugg and Arlen with or Ugg and Sam with Arlen. And then Radimer
But
with Godiva and Phineas.
But I need the moat to go with somebody. So let's sure.
Are you taking the moat with you?
Yeah.
Okay, Radimer just whispers commands to his undead menaces, and who shall go first?
Everyone first. Let's just get together.
Is there a... Whoa. Is there a way we can yell through the rock?
Does anyone have the message? Actually, wait. Message. How long? I have the.
Message is line of effect.
No, there's another one that. What is the more
Telepathic
powerful?
bond.
I don't have that. I don't have that ability.
Hopefully it's not a death trap.
Well, we don't. I'm gonna cast some spells on us first. You don't want us walking in the blind.
Yeah, especially if we get launched into the water, so something to keep us from burning would be good.
No.
It is rather warm,
Indeed. Okay, so we're getting
even for Kafrania.
So we're getting a protection from energy. Resist energy communal fire.
Okay, you want to put those on the tokens?
Also putting a delay poison communal.
I think Ugg's gonna leave the chair behind in the tiny hut.
Yep.
Sure.
We don't need to carry this around, do we? Or do you want it in there?
Flying really.
Oh, it's up to you. I can carry it if you want. Yes, no? Chair?
I prefer that it wasn't left here. I prefer to remove all signs of us being here.
Alright.
Godiva is going to cast a... Oh, there we go. Apologies. She's going to cast a mage armor on herself?
Okay, so Phineas will dismiss the tiny hut and
the what's it called?
the rope trick.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's it's gone now.
So she's going to cast a sea invisibility and a bark skin and
Yeah, Radimer will cast his sea invis as well.
cast a heroism on herself just so she doesn't get exploded.
So life bubble, protection from energy. Where's that resist energy? The lower one. It's a resist, right? Resist. It's a resist. Resist energy. Money. Fire, and we said delay poison.
Okay. And so the life bubble's going on everybody?
Life bubble, resist, and delay poison is going on everybody. I'm going around to do that now.
Okay.
Life bubble, resist, energy, delay poison. Godiva. Okay.
So, does anybody need... never mind. He looked at the freaking glowy heads, and it's like, never mind.
Arlen does that on the skull as well, so he
Okay.
drops his magic resistance.
Then it gets back in the bag.
Yeah.
Just so that you can hear my sweet, sweet voice. Godiva will cast a message just because.
Okay.
I have a feeling that there's an error on her character sheet because just all of her caster levels are wrong. Okay. She's not 7th nor an 11th level caster.
Yeah, it feels like copy paste.
I'm putting a,
I'll just update that.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm putting aid on Arlen.
I don't think she received the TLC that other Mark characters have got.
I'm really just a living joke, and then this thing happens, and everybody went, yeah, we'll accept it. And it's really a go-away build, but, you know.
Okay, so that's there. Is that Bear's Endurance?
You bringing the carpet in?
Oh, protection from evil communal. Sorry, that's also going up. Not sure if what's in there is.
Protection
Actually,
from evil communal?
yeah.
Pazio, I get it, I guess. What circle is that, just so I know?
Second?
It's second level. The communal ones are usually a level higher.
That's not how magic works.
It makes Magic Circle against evil kind of useless.
I guess this is 1 minute per level. Does it at least split the duration?
Most of these are split duration.
Okay, so this will last for 2 minutes.
I read it just to be sure, but
This might last for a minute.
this spell for a second. This spell functions like blood, except you divide the duration in 1 minute intervals among the creatures touched.
Right, so this will last for a minute. Minute and a half.
It's better not having anything. So protection from evil.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah. I'd take circle.
Playing Pathfinder Kingmaker, I've warmed up to the communal spells. Yeah. Just because they're very efficient.
Yes.
They are, but I don't know, like yeah. There's no decision making anymore.
Okay. Did you guys?
Everyone. It's not like who.
Yeah.
You take away the who doesn't get the fire protection. No,
Yeah.
standard action protects everyone from fire.
Yeah.
Ready to action. The dragon's coming. Ready to action. You know.
Is that everybody? Yeah. Oh, the skull. Okay, good. Everyone's there.
Okay, you finished casting your spells. That was exciting. Yay, Pathfinder. And so how far in?
About 30 feet, sweetie.
And then how deep in?
Oh, it's about 30 feet down on an angle.
I can do this math. Fucking Phineas does the Pythagoras in his math and math in his head. All right, I believe I know where I'm going.
Do we need to know on the map where we're going? Like, do I have to point on the map where I'm
think
pointing?
you're gonna point with your
Okay,
your
so
digital wang.
where is the hole and how far and what are the angles?
Yeah, so the door is somewhere down here. You've never seen it, but you're being described. It's sort of in the middle,
Of
about
middle of
20
the
to
waterfall, 30
20
feet
to
down.
20 to 25 feet down, and you're being told from the rock where she was blowing kisses, it's about approximately 33 feet at some weird angle down here.
It's over here somewhere.
Yeah.
So 30 some, let's say 35 feet down from here.
Okay. It's approximately where Phineas is going as well. I'm going to get you guys, the ones that are rolling the, that are casting the dimension doors, which is Arlen and Phineas, to roll a D5. If you get 3, you're right on target. One or 2, you're kind of to the left and in the rock, or 4 and 5, you're sort of in the left
we're
of the
in the
rock.
rock.
Okay,
We're in
so
the rock, baby.
Yep.
And you're also Phineas, so the other one.
Oh, okay, so Phineas now. Not so bad.
Okay. I believe being shunted.
D10.
I actually think it's only D6.
I think it's a D6.
You guys are only off by about 5 to 10 feet. It shunts you to a random open space on a suitable surface within 100 feet of the intended location.
Cave-like surface.
All right, so Arlen group takes 4 damage. Phineas's group takes 1 damage. And I'm going
Phineas
to...
is better than Arlen.
Before you add those damages, I'm gonna copy and pasta you guys to a different map.
Okay.
Called the Tomb.
Now do the undead on the other side of the big ring have their infinite radioaction?
There's like 100 skeletons going.
Alright. Yeah, elementalist.
Tomb of the... Oh boy. Oh boy.
I copied the Manticore for some reason. Stupid.
Well, I guess there's this bone manticore somewhere in the dungeon.
Just convenient. So convenient.
Can we... I can't see nothing. Oh, I think the shadow layer is on.
There it is. Okay, so we took like a couple of damage.
Yeah. So, within 100 feet of your location. So, I want Arlen's group to give me a D8. And Phineas's group to give me a D8. Arlen's group was was off by a considerable amount.
2 and 2. Both of them.
Nice.
At least we're together. At least we have each other.
Okay.
Maybe.
So Arlen, you're riding the carpet, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Arlen, Sam, and Ugg kind of got shunted out of this top wall into the corridor for their damage. Phineas and his group kind of got shunted from the right side of the corridor into the hallway. Ugg's kind of tugging the chair out of that was like kind of a little bit stuck in this cut stone hallway. Immediately, the air is somewhat tinged with like a really tangy coppery taste, and you can hear the sound of dripping water kind of up ahead in this hallway. The hallway, it looks like it was cut directly into the stone. There is a stone door to your backs. This is not shaped like the plug.
Can we know which way is it? up? Like, is this the door that Sam?
I think
No.
this is the waterfall. Or back there.
You can hear water up ahead. The air is like coppery. Like it's sort of collecting on your tongue. If you've been anywhere near like a smelter or anything like that, it's effectively
Sorry, I
what
was
it's-
muted. I don't know for how long.
I heard you.
Okay, so Marty, this is where the waterfall is?
Nope.
Us? Okay, so are we looking top down?
Yep.
Okay, so is this where's elevated? Where's elevation?
This is a flat.
Oh, it's flat.
It's a flat hallway.
Okay, and this is just a door.
This is a stone door. It looks heavy set. There is a strange rusted rod for like a door handle, and you can hear the sound of dripping water, and there's this weird tinge of metal in the air. There are some stylized carvings along the sides of the walls, kind of geometric patterns about halfway up, like kind of at navel level.
How high is the ceiling?
A 6-inch band. The ceiling is about 8 feet tall.
Okay.
Actually, it's taller than that. It's about 10 feet tall.
Okay, so it goes straight for about 20 feet, and then it curves to the left and gets wider and goes down.
There is no down. It's
Like it
flat.
goes, like it keeps going.
Yes.
Mm,
Should I bring out the pants?
The
you can summon
the air feels heavy here.
there's life bubble on people.
Yep.
Ahmed, you have to put 4 damage on your dudes.
Okay.
That's 1.
I can just channel, but I don't think it's really worth it.
Godiva's going to spend a minute summoning Prince Pants.
Okay. Prancy Pants arrives, safe. But is now squeezing. Ugg just puts the chair down by the door.
So if we do that, he fits.
Yep.
Okay, Godiva will ride Fancy Pants.
These are definitely geometric patterns from an old age of Kafrania.
Does this
So
skull
point
take
of
damage?
which way is front?
Marty,
question.
does this skull take damage?
Nope, because it was in the bag.
It was in the bag, right? Okay.
Yep.
Which way is front and which way is back?
But your golden carpet and your wheeled chair also took damage. They have 4 damage apiece.
Okay. Mending.
Question. Which way
Which-
is
I-
front and which way is
I
back?
don't know.
Because the
I don't
wizards
know.
are on the side that looks like the front to me.
I'm not sure. We got turned around by your poor directions.
Don't blame the elementals. They're not very bright.
Alright, Ugg. You take that front, I'll take this front.
Okay.
Yes.
That carpet's
who
gonna
wants-
get annoying. You want your
want-
chair in here? It's flat.
I can sure. I'll get on the chair.
Okay, Ugg rolls up the carpet and puts it on his back. And then he sticks Arlen in the chair.
Falls out.
There you go. And then you let the radiant skull out of the bag.
Sure.
Should we see what's behind the door down this hall?
It's for the eggheads. We're here to keep you from getting cracked.
Alright,
did that. Ahmed, while you ponder this, I'm going to go heat up my dinner. I'll be back in 3 minutes, but this is getting
Sure.
to the point of needing to do the thing so the thing can do.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Okay, you can hear the sound of dripping water.
Knowledge, Marty,
echoing
knowledge
somewhere ahead.
engineering.
Yes.
Knowledge engineering. Where is there more water? I'm assuming the tunnel is going away from the water, so where is there more water along the walls and the ceiling? And where is there more damage because of the water? and then we can kind of guess which way is towards the waterfall. I assume it's where the sound of the waterfall is, but
Yeah, you can actually hear the sound of the waterfall through the walls as you're listening to the walls.
okay. So Arlen rolls a 36.
To the south, the sound of the waterfall is louder.
To the south, it is louder.
Yep.
To the south, it's louder.
Yeah, you
What
put your
about
ear
to the
on
what
one
about
wall.
to this thing.
You can hear the waterfall through there. You are seeing signs of water damage. You see the kind of the cracks in the wall and that sort of thing.
So we can assume there's likely. Actually, with Phineas is. Oh, let me see what his knowledges are. Knowledge. Echolocation. Can we assume that there's water behind that? Like when you put your ear to something and you're listening to like water. That's different.
It
than
does
putting your ear
not
in-
sound like water is moving past the door with your
Okay.
36.
So I'm gonna add his 32 to this. 1d20 plus 32. He rolls a 43. Can he kind of say what's behind that wall door?
Okay, so
By sound?
you guys are listening to the door. It does not appear. It does not hear. I do not hear the water rushing by this door. It would have been leaking through here, this crack and this crack. There's likely
point,
air on the
yes,
other
yes.
side of this door, is what he says. And he gives you a nod, like, we're solving things.
Then let's head towards the other direction.
What are you guys using for light?
Let's see. If I don't know. So my guy, I think everybody here can see in the dark on my side. So can see in the dark. Can the skull see in the dark?
The skull
he's a
can,
torch.
but he can also radiate.
He can radiate, but let's just see if anyone can see in the
Just
dark.
letting you guys know it'll be more than 3 minutes. Probably
Okay.
closer to 5 or 10. Apologies.
Yep.
Okay, so this guy can generate light. This guy can generate light.
Okay.
And I think Sam needs it. Radomir needs it. Phineas needs it. Godiva needs. Oh no, wait. Godiva can see in the dark, and Ugg can see in the dark, right? Let's see, Godiva.
All right. So your two floating motes
They're gonna make light.
are making light.
Yeah. Put the skull. Can the skull be invisible and still producing light?
Yes.
That's so weird. Right? Still floating last light source. Okay, he'll go up here. This thing will be back here. Order will be these guys.
All right. We going forward? That's forward, and this is back.
Who's better with traps?
Ugg shrugs. I can find them.
Actually, I think the skull is actually pretty good at the traps. Trap. Plus 15, looking for traps. I can.
Ugg does not have trap finder, and he's got
Right.
a plus 11.
Trap has the skull has trap plus 15.
Okay. Does it have trap finder?
No, it just has.
Yeah. It has trap spotter.
Trap spotter. Oh,
Yep.
sweet. Sam has a. Oh, that's. Trap.
And Sam?
16. So Sam and the skull in the front, and then Ugg will be in the back. So it'll be something like
All right. I'm gonna start poking ahead.
this. Be something like this. I do want somebody to be next to Sam though, because like a caster next to Sam.
Okay. Ugg's pushing Arlen.
Yep.
The light spills up ahead from the radiant skull of the boiling man, and you do see that there is an intersection ahead. Talking about elevations, there are what look like steps that lead down, and lots of dripping water, kind of like coming from the ceiling and sort of running down. You do see weird melted rock around the edges here. Like the rock is glistening. There is another intersection that can be dimly seen in the corridor, cut from the mountainside, that goes map right and then straight forward.
So I'm gonna let Phineas do knowledge, maybe dungeoneering or geography.
Sam puts up his hand. He kind of touches he points to the glistening rock.
Not really a trap, but something hot, or you feel that tinge on your tongue?
Yes.
Well, I guess you can't smell because you got life bubble.
You have a life bubble.
Yeah.
Not spellcraft or knowledge arcana or knowledge dungeoneering.
Yeah, one of those.
So what did I say? Spellcraft. Oh, let's check out his spellcraft. Oh, plus 29. Let's do that. But it's 33, isn't it?
For who?
How much is his mutagen at?
Phineas?
Yeah.
Okay, so Phineas moves to the front.
4? Is it a plus 4 that he gets?
Yeah, Phineas's spellcraft is amazing. So
It looks like acid has touched the stone here.
31. Yeah, 36. Where? Here.
here, along the corner here, along the wall.
All right. I do have another protection ready. It's like, I do have another protection ready. Guess it'll be for acid. But what can make this size of a hole? And
There are plenty of
dungeon-
spells, is what he says.
Knowledge dungeoneering. Something living down here that could do this?
You need more information than that. Sam's peeking around the corner.
It kind of slopes down into the water. There's water in there.
Into the water.
Yep.
Are there any claw marks?
He's looking. He shakes his head.
No? All right. Skull. Can you investigate? Go invisible. Investigate. No lights.
Yes.
Just along the shore. Just along the walls. Don't get over the water.
You're telling it not to go around the water? Okay, it comes back.
There is a large chamber. Water fills the ground. It is quite deep and filled with slime.
Slime.
Yes, transparent goo.
Phineas, you think this might be, and Radima, you think these might be slimes that created this? That came out from here? Caused this?
Caused what? Says Phineas.
Well, this break, I mean, look, this is one straight tunnel, and then this...
There are slimes
Erosion.
that have acid.
Right. Let's pass this area and then keep moving forward.
There's something in the water. Something that sparkles.
You mean like a creature or many creatures?
No, there is something giving off a green and blue light.
Oh no, conjuring you that?
Green and blue light.
I say fucking ignore it, but I know it's gonna literally come and bite us in the ass. Does it look like there's any tracks, like anything been dragged in or out of here? Like in
No,
this area?
it just kind of like a glistening to the stone, like it's been washed with acid. same thing with the parts of the walls and like spattering along the back wall here.
Let's just move it along.
They looked like gems in the water.
Crystalline. Possibly
Yes.
lizards? No dragons down here, would there be? From the size of this thing? Look at the size of this. Something made it.
Do you want me to try to get the gems?
No.
I like gems. It's the same.
Well, no. Phineas, Radima.
Mm-hmm.
This is likely a danger that we'll have to face either now or afterwards. What say you? Should we expend spells on it now, or wait until our return?
I'm not sure what we're dealing with. This is my first adventure, I guess, says Phineas.
Godiva, could you have Prancy Pants fly above the water, not very close to the water, but high above the ceiling, and see if you can spot anything?
Oh, sure. I can go in there to fly with Prancer Pants around and find some gems.
There's something in the water. I don't want it to snatch you down. Just have him fly around without you.
Of course, sweetie. We can make ourselves invisible.
Alright.
She's going to cast, I think she can turn invisible. Invisibility.
Yeah, I think she does. She turned herself visible last time.
Yep, her and Mr. Prince Pants are invisible.
Oh, yes, there's something sparkly in the water.
At this point in time,
Let's get closer. I don't want her flying on her own. Like
Okay.
like we would be somewhere over here when she takes off.
sure. At this point in time, the dripping of the water starts to go into the opposite direction.
The dripping of the water goes
From
into
the
what
ceiling
direction?
is going in the opposite direction.
Wait, you mean like in an area it's one direction, another area it's another, or all of a sudden it reverses?
All of a sudden, it reverses in the entire cavern. And something is rising up behind Godiva from the water. It looks like some oozy amalgam of strange creatures, some prehistoric, some just beyond. Like it perhaps subsumed and ate these creatures and kept parts of them. Inside of its gooey form, you do see that there is a blue gem and a kind of a greenish gem that are giving off the light. And I'm going to roll initiative.
Sorry, Mark.
Oh, it's pretty and it's moving. Oh no.
So Arlen, Phineas.
I'm just gonna roll initiatives for everyone.
Oh, do your thing, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, just call him out.
This is the
What do you want me to call the thing? Like, oh, edit. There we go. There we go. Okay, call the rolls.
Okay, so this thing has a plus 10 on its initiative.
Oh fuck. This thing is what, huge?
And I'm just going to roll a bunch of d20s and put the initiatives in. Three, 6, 10, 13 is 2, and 6. Okay, the Radiant Skull is the first to react as this thing is rising out of the water.
Oh, this is bad, Arlen.
What's it doing?
Okay. This is the Radiant Skull.
Yep.
He's invisible. Is that thing like looking at Godiva?
With the rain going in the opposite direction, Godiva says, "Oi, that burns!" And with the rain going in the opposite direction, you do see that the weird ooze thing is looking in the general direction of Godiva.
Okay, it's like blind sense or something weird. Okay.
Plus the invisibility, you can kind of see this outline where the rain is hitting Godiva and kind of going around her. So, what's the Radiant Skull doing? I think he's going to cast Shield Spell.
Yeah.
Okay. It casts a shield. The Elder Ooze Elemental is going to hit Godiva, or actually Prancy Pants. Hits AC 26. He is invisible. Misses due to the invisibility. The second attack.
Oh. Isn't this a surprise attack?
Nope. 35 with the invisibility. Missed. Okay. Oh, at the beginning of the round, with the rain going in the opposite direction, Godiva and Prancy Pants both take 6 acid damage, as the water is not...
Get over here, quick.
The water is very acidic. Yep. So I'll add that damage.
Ow, the water, the rain, it hurts. It's hurting Mr. Prancy Pants.
Phineas, Godiva,
The thing raises out of the ground. It just seems to be striding in the water. You notice that all the slime is kind of like it was all along the bottom and collecting up into the creature. The water is moving, the rain's going in the wrong direction, and there are 2 sparkling gems kind of in the heart of the creature. Phineas.
I don't know what that is.
Says Phineas. It's some sort of knowledge planes. Acid elemental.
My bet is you destroy those 2 gems. All right, we're good. So, my bet is you destroy those 2 gems and you destroy it. What's the range of disintegrate?
Well, the gems are inside the creature, so it doesn't look like they could be targeted.
No, but the creature can still be targeted.
Yep. Range of disintegrate. Well, it's kind of... He's gonna...
Yeah, he'll move a bit.
He 5-foot steps. He can see that one square with the light. It's in dim light for him.
Okay. It's a range touch.
Range touch with the disintegrate.
Yeah.
All right. The thing's touch AC is 14, with cover is 18, and there'd be a 20% mischance because it's in dim light for him.
So what is your, with a masterwork collect crossbow, plus 13. So without a masterwork collect, those are plus 12. What's your dex? Plus 3. What's your 9 plus 12. Anything that we've given. No, it should just be plus 12 then. This is a dangerous thing. Can I not do this? Because.
Well, actually, it's in melee with Godiva and Prancipant, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Okay, what's he doing instead?
He's going to cast haste. Can you do haste like that?
That's a good spell. A Phineas haste. He's 12th level. Will last quite a while. Godiva.
Now I'm looking for the haste. It's under his potion. It's not under his haste. It's not here.
Okay, he didn't prepare haste. So.
Didn't prepare haste for today. Good, great, grand.
So what's he doing? I'm going to skip his round if it takes any longer.
Sure. He'll mass scorching rays, not. You can lightning bolt. What do you say the colors are? There's blue and green.
There's a blue and green gem sparkling inside of the horrid mass of slime and what look like mockeries of its victims.
Can you do a wall of fire between this stone and this stone? Does it have to be on the floor?
I think it has to be on the floor. He could try casting a wall of fire to hit the, like, it'll be half in the water. There is a check versus that to make it work.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, give me a caster level check.
27?
I believe that works. I think it's DC 20 plus the spell level.
It's 4th, so 24.
To make magical fire effects underwater. And this wall of fire is how big?
He's 12th level. Wall of fire is gonna go.
It's 20 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually 10 feet above the surface of the water.
Behind, like I wanted to cut off Godiva, not to cut off Godiva, but cut off the creature from Godiva. So like it from here, kind of running either to this wall, but he doesn't see, maybe to this wall, like from this corner to this corner.
So you want a wall of fire there, is what you're saying?
Yeah, if you can do that, yeah.
Let me see if you can cast it on someone. I typed in wall of ire. Shimmering violet. If you evoke a wall so it appears where creatures are, each creature takes damage as if passing through the wall. So you try to separate Godiva and Prancipants, which means that the Elder Ooze, Godiva, and Prancipants all take the damage.
But don't, like, if I'm only trying to put it on the creature itself. Like, I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to hit Godiva. Like, go from, like, this corner to...
Okay. Yeah, like it's anyone who's touching the wall. So
yeah, it's just the creature. I just want the creature touching the wall. And heat facing the creature.
Fuck is that?
Sure. That's kind of...
So kind of like that.
Yes,
all right.
yes.
So it's partially through, and roll damage.
Okay, damage on wall of fire. It's a...
They found two sparkling gems, a blue gem and a green gem, which were, and underneath the water it was really slimy. All the slime kind of collected up into this massive creature as Godiva was sent in to go pluck the gems from the water. The rain, like the kind of like dripping water from the stalactites above the cavern have all reversed, and like water is raining backwards to the ceiling. Throughout this entire chamber, and Godiva is saying that the water is burning her.
2d6 plus 12. 17.
Phineas had recognized the creature as some sort of acid elemental. How much damage?
17 fire damage.
17 fire damage. The ooze thing burns because of that. Dearie. All right, so that was Phineas casting a spell. Godiva.
Can Godiva use the wall as cover and?
Yeah, she's gonna try to fly back to the group.
Yeah.
Between the cover and her invisible, she does not provoke as she flies Mr. Prancy Pants to the back of the group.
That's not the right kind of shower.
I've got an acid spell protection for this.
Sam.
So, it just like walked up and punched. It didn't like.
It rose up in the ground and attacked Godiva and Prancy Pants.
The water and
the rain
water's
and
going up.
yeah, it's raining everywhere in where there's water, upwards.
Well, we'll stay away from where the water is, but
Yep.
we're gonna assume a defensive fighting posture and sort of be a front line.
Stay. I'm preparing an acid spell for all of us. Protection spell.
Okay, so
Wait
Sam's.
for it.
Are you taking?
He's getting into his stance,
Okay.
initiating the combat stance, and readying to punch it defensively if it comes close.
Okay, Arlen.
Okay, so protection from resist energy acid on everybody.
Communal. Okay.
Communal. Can the skull lower it for this?
Protection or resist? Because you said protection resist.
Resist. It's the lower one.
Yeah, the Radiant Skull can lower his SR this round to receive the spell, or lower his magic immunity.
So resist energy, acid.
Ugg's got his Lucerne hammer out and stands beside Sam with a readied action to hit it.
Yeah, we're gonna punch it.
Ratimer, I think you pissed it off.
And then we'll have to deal with it just like the leader said.
Ratimer's gonna have a think on what affects oozes.
Fire.
Yeah, you're watching it turn black because of the fire.
Yeah, well, you see, Ratimer's ability to make those sorts of effects are highly limited. Let's find out if...
Thing hits hard, by the way. Like, it hits with a plus, I don't know, I didn't watch, but it was hitting
he's
20-something,
going to
30-something.
Oh, actually, so it's an ooze, so the bone spell probably won't work.
It's a big jelly monster.
There's a big jelly monster. There's no bones. Ratimer is going to cast a shield spell.
Okay. Powering up. Top of the round, I believe. Top of the morning to you.
Did he cast a dispel magic or something?
Nope.
Okay, so...
The third got ticked off. Or was that me not resetting them? Okay. That was...
Okay. So, Skull's turn. Skull goes at how much again? 50?
Yep. 50, perfect.
Let's see. So he'll go he'll go invisible, hit that guy, and run away.
Okay. So it is actually through the wall, so it can see when you're running away. So you go and hit it. Give me your touch attack, as basically it explodes its light next to the jelly thing as it bumps into the gelatin.
Oh, I forgot what his attack was. Plus 13 and plus 13 for now. 19. I think I'm missing a bonus there because that's just his dex. I didn't add his bab. Let's go.
It should all be on his sheet, man.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. This skull does an attack of plus 24. Oh, so yeah, 30.
Yep, you touch it.
Okay. 2d6 plus
Sneak
13.
attack will not apply.
Yep, sneak attack does not apply to this creature. It doesn't have vitals.
1d6 plus 13. 16. Does it take light damage?
Yeah, the damage, that damage goes through all types of damage reduction. Okay, so
Then Skullman's gonna go fly back.
okay, it's going to take its AOO.
Okie dokie.
It swings a massive pseudopod towards the skull.
25, 29.
Oh, I like it. I like what this thing's throwing down. Plus 18. Yeah.
AC 29.
Okay, it misses.
Yep.
You did 16 light damage to it. Cool. That singed it. Part of its gelatinous form kind of like blackened and fell off as the skull went and bounced up against it. And then it returns back to Sam's side. Of course, so where did it start out?
Start up behind Ugg, like over here.
Okay. So flyby attack, it can't do this round. So it effectively
Charge.
It charged.
Oh, because
appeared.
it can't.
Single move, not double move.
Yep. So for you to attack it,
Oh.
so it's there. So it did a charge instead to get to there, and then there wasn't an attack of opportunity because it appeared in its square. But it is now there.
Attack of its full round attack.
Yeah, the ooze elemental will use that first attack for that AOO as its first attack, and then it takes its second attack against the skull.
Okay.
AC 31.
That hit.
Okay.
Protection from evil. Is this thing evil?
Nope.
What else is over here? Bonus.
All right. The acid does not get through the protection.
Yeah.
But just the physical force does. The skull takes 9 damage.
A representative of the damage this thing outputs.
Okay. Put it on.
There seems to be also nauseous fumes coming off of the ooze in about a 10-foot radius. Your skull has life bubble on it.
We all have life bubble. Yeah.
Okay, so that's not affecting the skull. Phineas? I think we will win this fight with our protections, Phineas says.
Yeah, protections don't do nothing if you can't.
Oh,
punch.
and then it didn't move away from the firewall, so it's
Firewall.
because it's stupid. So it takes fire. It takes fire damage again.
I think it's 2d6 plus 12. Wall of fire. It takes 2d6 plus 12. 17. Come on!
That's significant. You've blackened it and scorched it, and it's fighting in a wall of fire. What is Phineas doing?
Phineas can now probably hit it with a fireball. Can he see?
There's a big pillar in the way.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not a
and
spontaneous caster, so.
He is not. There is the disintegrate, but the skull is there. Which we don't want to do.
He can barely see the creature from where he's standing. There's going to be a lot of cover. There's a big pillar in the way.
When in doubt,
Yeah.
Phineas' thing would be throw an alchemist bomb. That would be the when in doubt.
Yeah, the
But-
question is,
but-
does he really have to do something, or
No, he doesn't.
yeah? So he's not going to.
Okay, doesn't do anything this round. Godiva.
All right, let's lure him in here, boys. I'm also really hurt, Arlen. It's horrible. Godiva's
He's
going
like, "What?"
to basically ready to bard song when the creature gets close enough for
Okay, Sam.
the feisting. Sam's gonna throw a rock at it, I guess.
Hey.
Over here.
Okay, so Sam's trying to
Yep,
get it to come.
We're gonna chuck a non-masterwork javelin at it.
Okay.
All right.
It has some cover from that pillar. Its AC against this missile weapon is 26 with the cover.
All right. Cover. Bounces off the cover.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever.
Javelin kind of bounces into the water about there. Maybe you close one eye, says Hug.
Maybe.
Arlen.
That thing is there.
Sitting on your chair, one hand on your wheel, so you just go like down into the acidic water.
Yeah, kinda. Arlen's gonna do no, there we go. He's gonna do a magic missiles. 'Cause
Okay. Yeah, you could just see a little part of it coming through the wall,
I got
and
a lot of those.
and you target with magic missiles. All right, fire away.
15.
This harms the gelatinous creature, causing all sorts of pussy ooze holes to open up, and like a lot of slop is now coming out of the holes that you made with the magic missiles for 15 damage. Nice. Creature looks like it's starting to like split in half almost. Ugg will huck a javelin. He'll 5-foot step this way and huck a javelin. There's no cover.
Can we stand on these boulders?
No, these are pillars.
Okay.
Alright, Ugg's
This little one might be a... no, it's probably like a pillar.
Ugg's ranged attack is it would be +8.
Okay, give me a roll.
25.
Ah, you hit it. Now, can you get his javelin through the DR 10/nothing?
Potentially. Here, D6 plus 6. So yeah, you can.
Yeah.
A damage.
Like some Olympian sportsman, he has the right form, even though his body is deformed, with the javelin, and throws the javelin, and it kind of sticks into the body, and you hope to do a little bit more damage, but he does 1 damage.
All right, quit showing off.
You gotta put your back into it, is what he says. Your whole body. Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Radimer.
Radimer is going to... Well, we can watch it burn, I suppose. It's going to basically... we'll wait.
Okay.
Wait it out.
Radiant Skull.
How many attacks does a Radiant Skull have? He's got a BAB at 9. Doesn't he get 2 attacks?
He can touch twice, yeah, but he's not invisible, and the thing's looking right at him.
It didn't hit that hard.
Okay, is it just staying in the fight, and it's going to keep on touching?
He's gonna... you know what? He'll touch once. And,
In the mad DPS race, it's kind of like wall plus 2 touches is actually, you know...
Yeah, this is bad for it.
D20 plus... you know what? We'll see how this round goes, and he can back out if he needs to. So
What type of
first,
action is it to turn invisible?
Move.
So 36.
Yeah, you see this Radiant Skull build up a bunch of light and sort of touches the creature. It blackens its gooey flesh and form. Yeah, both of those are hits. These are melee touch attacks.
2d6 plus...
Foul thing.
6,
You will be destroyed.
33 damage.
A horrible thing. I'm not talking about the ooze.
Yeah, exactly. This weird Tyrannosaurus fucking arm head ooze thing coming through the fire as it's blackening. The scream of the creature is not coming from the heads, but it's just sort of like this internal, almost this internal bubbling. It's going to attack the Radiant Skull twice.
Okay.
nauseous fumes coming off of it, not affecting the skull because of the life bubble. AC 29, AC 25.
25 misses. I'm just gonna check the 29. Does it get any cover from the wall? Or no?
No, 5
right.
feet of it is through the wall, so it's
so
peeking through the opaque
13,
wall.
25.
Which is 10 feet down in the water, so there's this angry kind of bubbling coming from the acidic water as well.
That's it. No, he's touched.
Okay, so
one hit him.
16 damage is kind of got clubbed. You notice that the protection from the acid is glowing green, as your abjuration is keeping the radiant skull from being liquefied.
Yeah.
Skull juice, best juice.
The best juice. Phineas. The wall of fire. It's smart enough, I guess, to take a 5-foot step back after a round of it standing there. So it's gonna go.
Who cast the wall of fire?
Phineas.
Phineas did.
So he's still like concentrating on it. He hasn't done anything since.
Yeah.
Did it take another 2d6 or?
No.
But it is still on the side of the
Oh,
wall.
it's still on the side of the flame, so I
So
think it
he's
takes
taking
2d4 from the heat.
2d4.
Yep.
Okay.
It backed away from the burning thing.
8.
8 damage. 107. Okay. It looks like it might be coming around the other side. Phineas?
He'll concentrate on that.
Godiva?
Force it to come around.
It's not here yet. Where's your face? Your extra face there, Arlen.
Oh, it's coming.
She'll maintain her. I'm still very hurt.
Ready to action?
Ready.
Okay, Sam? You could still see... Well, actually, no, it kind of backed away. There's 10 feet. There's the big pillar in the way.
Okay. Sam will reposition and ready to punch it defensively if it gets... Actually, he wants to get it closer, so he's ready to punch defensively.
Okay. Arlen?
Arlen's readying a fireball for the thing when it comes around.
Ugh.
I scared it.
Oh,
5 steps ready in action to
He
hit it
has
with
a
the...
Lucerne
Lucerne
hammer.
hammer.
Yeah.
He has a Lucerne hammer.
Ratimer?
It's delaying, I guess.
Okay. Radiant Skull?
Skull's going to go invisible, and 50 moves. 50 foot his ass back here. Yeah. He's an Ugg skin. He doesn't. He's like, I'm back.
Yeah, he can float above Ugg's square. It does not make any quips as it comes back. The ooze thing is going to move around the pillar towards all of you. Oh, it can move fast. It just surges through the water, and I guess as it's coming around the corner, there's a bunch of ready actions that go off. So, Arlen's ready to action. So Godiva's ready action was what?
She's gonna Bart song.
Okay. She Bart singing
Get 'em,
now?
boys.
Okay.
So I'm doing
Arlen's
No
fireball goes
more
off.
sis.
1d6 plus 10. Oh my god, 38.
That's a terrible fireball.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Okay, it does get a reflex save.
The reflex save for this is 15, 16.
Probably makes it. That's a good save there.
This is 19. Oh yeah.
So 15 takes 19 damage.